A scared Donald Trump is withdrawing his nomination of New York Representative Elise Stefanik to be the UN ambassador in a move that can only be described as perhaps a early bellwether for Democrats heading into the 2026 midterms in a time when Donald Trump's policies have proven to be not very popular with the American people whatsoever. And really, this just shows that the Republicans are not as strong as they say or think they are. But before we look at that, please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment down below, let me know what you think, and share with someone who's into politics. It helps the YouTube algorithm take my channel more and more seriously. So let's head on over here to Mediaite, where it says Trump pulls, quote unquote, absolutely fantastic Elise Stefanik's nomination for UN ambassador to protect razor thin GOP House majority. Thursday afternoon, Semaphore Congressional Bureau Chief Burgess Everett tweeted that James Reich, Republican from Indiana, who chairs the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, told him that the White House was pulling Stefanik's nomination. The news comes after weeks of delays for Stefanik's confirmation hearing amid ongoing chatter about Republican woes about their razor-thin majority in the House. Earlier in the day, Thursday, CBS News senior White House reporter Jennifer Jacobs had reported that Stefanik's nomination was in jeopardy as pressure mounts for her to withdraw. Stefanik has yet to resign from her congressional seat. Currently, Republicans have a 218 to 213 majority in the House, with Stefanik included. There are a total of 4 vacant seats, with 2 vacant seats because Representative Sylvester Turner and Raul Gralvihala from Arizona died earlier this month. The other 2 vacant seats belong to Florida Republicans, former Representative Matt Gaetz, who withdrew his bid for Attorney General, resigned amid a scandal involving accusations he sexually trafficked a 17-year-old girl, and other activity that was the subject of a House Ethics Committee investigation, and former Representative Mike Waltz, who was confirmed as National Security Advisor and has been embroiled in the Signalgate scandal this past week. Both Florida seats are on the ballot for a special election next week and lean heavily Republican. And here's Trump's statement he made on Truth Social. So the thing is that Stefanik's seat and her district was not really ever close to being a Democratic win. So we'll look at the numbers here from NBC News, where we have the results of the New York House District 21 general election, where Stefanik won with 62% of the votes, with 215,000 votes to Paula Collins's 132,000 votes. This is a district that, if Donald Trump's policies were helping Americans or were uplifting the middle class whatsoever, or accomplishing any of the things that he promised in his campaign, this is a district that you would feel very, very comfortable competing in a special election in. But lo and behold, Donald Trump does not feel comfortable whatsoever in participating in this special election, given now that he has withdrawn Stefanik's nomination. Let's look at some other numbers here that show just how scared the Republicans currently are of the American voter base and the backlash that they are receiving across the country for Donald Trump's disastrous policies. Head on over here to NBC News, or I'm sorry, USA Today, where we have an article here. It says, opinion: a Pennsylvania special election offers a warning for Republicans. The world's wealthiest man, currently busy carelessly dismembering the federal government, took time out of his busy schedule early Wednesday morning to review the results of a special election for a state Senate seat in Pennsylvania. Damn, Elon Musk posted 1 minute after midnight on X, his digital bazaar of political disinformation, when it became clear that the Democrat mayor of a tiny Pennsylvania borough was on the verge of defeating a Republican commissioner from the much larger surrounding county for a seat held by Republicans for 4 decades. What? James Andrew Malone, a Democrat and mayor of East Petersburg, took time later on Wednesday morning to reply to Musk while celebrating his apparent upset. I'll take this as a compliment because Elon Musk knows I'm about to get to work for everyday people of Pennsylvania, not him and his billionaire friends. Malone had just 11 weeks to campaign after the special election was announced on January 7th. He told me on Wednesday that he heard from Trump supporters who had voted Republican for 5 decades, but were absolutely disgusted with the chaos going on in Washington as Musk decimates the government. Here's another article from politicspa.com. Stunner in Lancaster as Malone defeats Parsons for 36th Senate seat. This is a picture of the guy here. In a stunning outcome, Democrat James Andrew Malone defeated Republican Josh Parsons to win the 36th senatorial district seat in Harrisburg. Donald Trump rolled to a plus 15 victory in the district back in November, but Northern Lancaster County voters made a statement heard round the Keystone State on Tuesday. The district had only 4 representatives since 1983, all Republican: Noah Wenger, Philip Price, Mike Burbaker, and Ryan Amunet. And the closest race since 2000 was a 23,000 vote victory for Burbaker in 2006. So this just shows here, I mean, we're having Democrats being elected into seats that have been held by Republicans for decades and decades and decades, just a few short months into Donald Trump's presidency. And really, this just exemplifies a wide open opportunity for the Democratic Party to hammer home just exactly what they are offering and how it contrasts to how little Donald Trump is offering them. And a strong dose of a populist message could propel Democrat victories across the country if the Democratic Party is to abandon this, let's continue to go to the right to pull off voters from the GOP approach and take on the GOP with a populist agenda. These numbers are just showing how much of an opportunity there is to do that. One more here. So one more article. There's going to be special elections in Florida, as was mentioned in one of those earlier articles, to replace seats that have been made vacant. And even in those races in Florida, a very, very red state nowadays, the Republicans are not feeling very confident whatsoever in Florida either. Head on over here to the Hill, where it says GOP warns of closer than expected race in conservative Florida district. Republicans are warning of a closer than desired special election in Florida's 6th congressional district as Democrats see fundraising gains in a district President Trump won by double digits. The party's frustrations come amid growing interest in the race for National Security Advisor Mike Waltz's former seat, thanks to the large number of cash raised by Democratic candidate Josh Weil, the involvement of national Democratic strategists, and concerns shared by some on the right, such as Steve Bannon, over GOP candidate State Senator Randy Fine. Still, Democrats face an uphill climb in the district, which spans a portion of the state's East Coast. Walz and Trump both prevailed in the district by 30 points in November. Randy Fine is going to win this race, but it's going to be much closer than many people expected, said Fred O'Connell, a Florida-based Republican strategist. The Republicans are also, one cold away from being in the minority. It's really important for both parties to win. Even the state's top Republican had acknowledged the margin could be closer than it usually is in the district. Ron DeSantis told reporters Tuesday that his party would underperform in the election, saying it is a reflection of the candidate running in that race. It's a candidate-specific issue. I think the district is so overwhelmingly Republican that it's almost impossible for someone with an R by their name to lose this district. So I would anticipate a Republican candidate is still going to be successful. Do I think they will even get close to the margins that I received or the president received? No. So what this really is just showing here, Republicans are running scared from backlash from voters against Donald Trump's agenda that is not benefiting the middle class whatsoever. And they know it. They know it deep down. Look no further than how unwilling and unable Republican candidates across the country are at the moment to face voters in town halls across the country. And when they do go to these town halls, they are being met with very pissed off voters who are wondering what is going to happen to their Medicaid, their food stamps, their jobs, and prices at the grocery store amid Trump's trade war that he single-handedly has provoked for reasons that seemingly defy logic and defy any rational explanation. The Republican Party is not as strong as you would think they would be, given how well Donald Trump did in the last election, given that they did win the popular vote for the first time in over 20 years. And again, what this points to is an opportunity for the Democrats to take advantage of people being dissatisfied with the current administration's trajectory by running a populist agenda that speaks to the issues that everyday Americans face and will ultimately propel the Democrats to have victories and have a blue wave across this country in 2026. And man, oh man, are the Republicans a bunch of scaredy cats from the same people that put them into office. Shame on you, Republicans, for abandoning the people that put you into office and for going back on what you promised Americans during the campaign cycle. Bottomlessly promised. I certainly didn't think that any promises being made were actually going to come to pass. But now it seems like a vast majority of America is waking up and smelling the coffee and is very dissatisfied with the Republican agenda. And the Republican Party knows this deep down. That's why they know they cannot afford to be participating in too many special elections where the voters have a chance to voice their displeasure with the current administration's trajectory. That's all I got for you guys in this one. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment down below, let me know what you think, and share with someone who's into politics. It helps the algorithm out. All right, take care. See you in the next one. Peace.